Welcome to the Note to Self podcast. I'm your host, Zoe. I'm a certified professional life coach, serial entrepreneur, verified YouTuber, and published author. On this podcast, you can expect actionable tips, reflections, and inspiration to live your best, most fulfilling life. So, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Note to Self. In today's episode of Note to Self, I've got another wealth consciousness episode for you. This is something that I've just absolutely loved diving into lately and in recent times. And I've actually put together a really incredible 2-day masterclass called Abundance Embodied for the end of this month. So go ahead and click the link in the show notes to get signed up for that free masterclass if you haven't yet, because we're diving into all things money mindset. It's been so incredibly rewarding for me to actually finally decide to heal my relationship with money and look at it. Money has always felt like a challenge, and it's felt like something that I just haven't fully been able to grasp or understand until this point in my life. And I'm so excited to share with you what I've learned in that masterclass and in future episodes to come and today. So let's get into it. So today I'm sharing an action step that shifted things for me, and it shifted things very fast. So as an entrepreneur, I feel like I've touched on this a few times. There's always more that you can do. There's always different things that you can invest in. There's just, it takes a lot to navigate and be your own boss in ways. But one thing was that I never actually paid myself first. So this is a concept that is in a lot of these old school wisdom books on wealth and prosperity, is to put aside at least 10% of your earnings and put them away in savings and save for yourself. So I've saved here and there, but then I've spent it or invested it over time in different ways. That sort of was like a pattern of mine in the past. If I might have accumulated a lot of savings and then I would spend it on something or I'd invest in something. And when I started to really dive into these wealth consciousness books again and this content and decided to start taking action on them, one of the things I decided to do was I was going to start putting away 10%, and I was just going to pretend that 10% didn't exist anymore. Like I actually just wouldn't think about it, because in the past where I'd caught myself in this pattern was, like I said, saving and then investing it or spending it. And by investing it, I mean I wasn't investing it in spaces to make more money directly. It was more of oh, I wanted to invest in this program, this coach, the certification, things like that, versus investing it into, let's say, an investment to make me more money. So once I started to just put away that 10%, not deciding that it was going to be spent one day, but just solely investing that to make more money and putting that away to do so, a lot started shifting for me really quickly. And that 10% very soon became 20%. And the thing about the 10% was that it actually was so easy. So nature abhors a vacuum. That means when money has a place to go, the money comes in and it goes there. So what I noticed from, first of all, deciding to tuck away 10% and have that in a savings, was that 10% was very doable. It was actually very easy. It was actually I didn't really notice it, or at all really, but I was the one who was putting it away. So I obviously saw it go into the savings. But then I decided, I was working with my kinesiologist and I was like, you know what? I would really love to see myself just double that. It's actually very doable for me. I'm feeling very much into this energy of overflow with money. And I want to start stepping this up. And I actually want to challenge myself to start to put away 20%. And again, it has been this journey of seeing that if the money has a place to go, the money presents itself to go there, right? But it is calling for us to create the space, to create the clean energy channels to put that money away. So again, this was a simple action step that really shifted things for me, and it started to shift things fast. And it started to shift things in a way that I was able to actually double my savings very quickly, because I just actually decided that I'm going to start paying myself first, and I'm going to pay myself first in the way that I'm clearing out any patterns that this money gets to be spent on things. And, if it did come to the point in time where I felt a really strong divine desire to invest that money into, let's say, a program or a coach or something like that, I would do that. But I'd always sort of put away money as I'm going to put it away, but then feeling like I would spend it, right? Catching this pattern that I had of feeling like my savings actually weren't mine. I was going to need to use them for something versus having this be this beautiful cushion, this beautiful nest egg that continues to grow for me. So I would definitely encourage those of you out there who might be listening to this episode to start to put away 10% of your income, like anything that you make. And as an entrepreneur and having different payments come through all the time for different things, I actually set aside one day per week to do my finances. And that's when I'll put away 10%, 20% now of what has made its way to me into that savings account. And the day of the week that I choose to do this is Thursday. That's a day actually astrologically that's really good to do any money things. So yeah, that's definitely something that I do recommend, is to just decide what feels good to you. How can you pay yourself first, and what feels like the path of least resistance in doing that, and then taking the action. And like I said, it shifts things fast, and you'll be surprised at how quickly once again, like I said, when money has a place to go, the money comes in to fill that. And it's like as soon as I energetically internally decided I'm going to start putting away 20% started to the money, the means for that, to put that away and still feel effortless and easy and comfortable with it, and have it be something that I just didn't really notice. That means came in. But it often takes us getting super clear about what we would want, what would be nice, and then just deciding that we're worth it. We're worthy of having savings. We're worthy of having beautiful, comfortable nest eggs. We're beautiful. We are beautiful. We're so incredibly abundant and worthy of the beautiful life that we're desiring to create for ourselves. And we are so worthy of the feeling of safety and security and comfort when it comes to money. So anyways, I hope that this action step inspired you guys today. If it's something that you're not already doing, like I said, I highly recommend it. It shifts things very quickly, and just that security and that safety that you feel when you've got a little bit of a cushion for yourself, or a big cushion for yourself, it feels really amazing. So again, I'd love to invite you to join my free 2-day masterclass on all things abundance. It's called Abundance Embodied. We're going to get you tapped in and elevated into your next level. Please click the link in the show notes. I can't wait to see you there. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening to Note to Self. If you enjoyed this episode, please help me out by rating and reviewing this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If my energy is resonating with you and you feel the call to work with me, there are an abundance of ways to do so. I offer one-to-one life coaching programs, mastermind containers, and DIY courses, all of which are available through my website, zoearielpoulsen.com. Until next time, take note of all the abundance that surrounds you as you make the most of this game called life.